What's up everybody, Steven Zekieler here. It's time to bring you a new reaction video. But before that, 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed. This means two things. You're either brand new to the channel or returning. And I do hope that this video gets you to hit that subscribe button today. Last year, we didn't hit our goal of 400,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. We almost got there, and we were so close to 100,000 new subscribers in that year. But I still need more people to join and subscribe to get my channel to hit 1 million subscribers. This upcoming year, the new goal is 500,000 subscribers, and I need you to hit that subscribe button today so we can hit it this year. I know we can do it. What's up everybody, Steven Zekieler here. We have another reaction, and today we have some Teen Titans Go. And it's apparently a parasite infection. So we are checking out another infection alternate universe lore explained video. You guys know I've been watching a lot of these videos when it comes to random alternate universe what if scenarios. We've seen a little bit of Undertale, we've seen a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog, we've seen some Hazbin Hotel and stuff, and recently the most recent one was Smash Bros and a few others here and there. This channel has an awesome amount of content where it's these creepy alternate universes that involves infections, zombies, and much more. So I'm always looking forward to checking out. And this one was asked and requested quite a few different times for me to check out the Teen Titans Go parasite infection lore video. So this came out about 2 months ago. I'll still show my support no matter what I watch. I always love showing the support, and if you are enjoying what you're watching here, definitely do the same. Link is in the description down below. Like and subscribe. Now, if you're wondering why I'm so about it being Teen Titans Go, I grew up with the original Teen Titans. Like, that was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid, and when I heard about Teen Titans Go and learned more about it, it was just like, what did they do to... Why? This is just so garbage. It was such absolute train wreck of a show compared to the original. And I was just not a fan of what I heard, what I saw things of. I never gave the show personally a chance myself. I never watched it. So if there's things I'm not aware of, you guys can let me know down below. I do know that this show itself has made fun of itself as being a really bad parody of the original. And I think there was even a crossover with the original Teen Titans, with Teen Titans Go and stuff. But I never watched any of that crap. But anyways, let's get into this, find out the infection and all that stuff, and see where the story and lore might go. And if there is a sequel episode where they continue this, I'll check it out when it comes out. This is about 2 months old. I didn't see a newer version or an updated video on the channel, but maybe in the future, if there is, we'll check out more in the future. Anyways, let's get into this and enjoy it right now.
A few of you have been telling me to cover the Teen Titans Go Infection AU created by Robbins on TikTok, and I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to see Teen Titans Go as an actual Infection AU, but it's really good. And obviously, I could be biased because I am a Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go.
By the way, Beast Boy in the original Teen Titans, Beast Boy was my favorite character. Also, in my friend group, I was considered Beast Boy kind of person.
Fan. Now, this one starts out with some type of infection getting a hold of Starfire, and while we don't know immediately what's going on with her, we know it's serious because Robin seems to be super worried about her. We then see him asking her why she hasn't come out of her room in so many days, and if you guys remember that first Sonic infection video I made, this reminds me of a lot of when
there's still a couple of Sonic infection videos I need to check out off of this channel. I haven't seen them all.
FCO gets infected and he locked himself in his room until he fully turned. And we all know that that ended with Sonic having to take him out. And even though we see Starfire say that she's okay, judging by the look in her eyes and the fact that this green slime is leaking from her mouth, we know that she is definitely not doing well and is
No.
likely going to go the same way of Epsio, if you catch my drift. Now, Robin obviously picks
She's gonna fucking die.
up that she's not doing okay, and he rushes over to try to figure out what's going on. But Starfire simply tells him to run away because she doesn't want him to get infected as well. And right after that, she pushes him away, and you can kind of see that this creature burst out of her body. And
Oh, I didn't even notice the tentacles at first.
I don't know if you guys remember this episode.
It's coming out of her mouth, forehead. Actually, doesn't she? No, that she does have a lump thing that in one of the original episodes. Also, they gave her new powers and stuff because it turned into like a chrysalis and stuff. That's what I remember.
So, but in Teen Titans Go, there's an episode called Parasite, and this is where we see Starfire has this little creature like residing in her side.
Ooh.
And while most of the Titans aren't really taking
Okay, so the actual episodes of Teen Titans Go, I'm not gonna have any idea of.
it serious, Robin does, and then it turns out that it's like a giant spider creature that they have to fight at the end. This reminds me a lot of that, but just like a much darker version. Now, after being thrown out of Starfire's room, we see Robin goes to find some of the other members of the team, only to see that the tower is completely empty. And when he goes outside, he sees that the streets are also empty. And this is interesting to me because this either means that none of the Titans were in the tower when this was going on, or maybe they all scattered to see what was going on outside, especially considering that there seems to be no citizens around right now. But either way, the fact that they're
Okay.
all divided at this point is probably going to be bad news. After that, we get to take a look at the stat sheets, and Robin's sheet actually gives us a ton of
I like the fact that we get stuff like this in these infection AU stuff, like sanity and all that stuff. A little bit of details. This is really cool. This is what piqued my interest of starting to react to this stuff.
information. The first being that he seems to be the person who created the parasite that is infecting the population. We see that he was experimenting with some kind of
What?
person, and Robin's sheet actually gives us a ton of information. The first being that he seems to be the person who created the parasite that is infecting the population. We see that he was experimenting
What the fuck did you do, Robin?
with some kind of black liquid, and it ended up creating a kind of parasite that was able to escape while Robin wasn't paying attention. And now the creature is not only targeting the other Titans, having already taken Starfire, but also the city as a whole, which may be why it's so empty when Robin went outside. Next, we get to see what Starfire looks like.
Oh! Oh no! Also, I'm kind of terrified because Starfire is not a pushover kind of character. If this virus or infection can utilize her abilities, she's going to be a very dangerous thing.
Like currently, and she is
And not to mention if Raven gets infected, dear lord.
absolute nightmare fuel. It's hard to tell what's happening to her exactly, but it looks like the parasite is eating away at her flesh, especially the meat around her mouth. We also see that her eyes are completely white now, and they have like these blood vessels bulging out of them. So I'm wondering if this creature is actually like making her blind, or if something else is happening with that. And as of right now, we don't know if the parasite
It may have to do with maybe because her powers always make her eyes glow, so maybe it's also like halting her powers in a sense.
is actually like hijacking their bodies and making them attack their friends, but that's usually how it goes in these infection AUs. And while I wouldn't say that Starfire is the biggest threat in the Teen Titan verse, she
No, I would say Raven's probably the biggest threat. She's the most powerful. But overall, Starfire I would say is physically and ability wise probably the second strongest of the Teen Titans. Number one definitely being Raven. Number two being Starfire. Realistically, I would say not power wise, but skills and tactics and whatnot. Robin, and I'm more referring to like OG Teen Titans. I don't know about Teen Titans Go, but I'm assuming it's got to be similar. But I would say then Robin would be third. But power wise, yeah, he's not that powerful. But skills and tactics and stuff like that. And then probably, I don't know, Beast Boy and Cyborg can be kind of even.
she is really powerful in her own right, and she would definitely be an issue to deal with. Next, we see that Cyborg is missing, and this is kind of bad for a couple of reasons. The first is that Cyborg will probably have a decent chance of being able to deal with the parasite, even if he is infected, because so much of his body is machinery. But one thing that I do want to point out
True.
here is that Cyborg
He'd probably have a hard time being infected in general because besides like a few of his organs inside the body, the majority of his body, like I think Cyborg is legit, like maybe only 10% got human parts, and his most majority of it is his face and or organs.
Cyborg is not like Mega Man. And what I mean by that is that Cyborg is actually still part human, whereas a character like Mega Man is all robot, but he just looks partly human. So I guess technically considering where Cyborg
Yeah, like majority of Cyborg's like human form is really just his face here. Like realistically, I guess the Teen Titans version does have like some of his arms looking like he has regular skin, but nothing else really.
is infected, he could actually fall victim to the parasite. But when you also consider that Cyborg is considered a genius in his universe, I think he would be a great asset to have on the uninfected side. Next, we see Raven is still alive and clean of the parasite, and I wasn't surprised to see this. While I don't think that she will be immune to the effects of the parasite, Raven is really strong and literally has the power to not only fly, but also to teleport. I would imagine it would be extremely difficult for her to be infected unless she is caught completely off guard or while
And there's a good chance that she would be able to like prevent. She could have like her powers be like a thin layer of armor on her skin and whatnot to prevent bites and other stuff. So she would be very tough to even infect. And even if she did, I don't doubt that she'd be able to maybe utilize her power in some way to push out the infection to avoid or severing the infection, whatever part was infected, maybe.
like while she was sleeping or something. We also see that Raven is able to find Beast Boy and heal him up, which is good considering that he looks pretty beat up here. Apparently, he's been running from infected people and he ended up slipping and impaling his eye on some type of sharp object, which is why
Oh,
now he only has one eye. The only thing that confuses me here is that I don't understand why he didn't just like turn into a hawk or a pterodactyl or something and just fly away. Beast Boy like running on the ground just seems so unnecessary. Another important fact that we kind of learned from this little snippet though is
these are the Teen Titan Go characters. They're not the smartest batch of characters. If it's normal Teen Titans, it'd be probably way different. But Teen Titan Go versions, no, they're fucking idiots.
that even though we don't see infected people, they are definitely here. And I'd be curious to see how much of the city is actually infected by this parasite right now. Now, after all that, we see Robin is running through the woods until he slips and falls on his face. And it seems like he's just been running aimlessly, trying to find any sign of life. And just then, he hears someone call his name, and it turns out to be Kid Flash. And let me just say this,
Oh
Kid
wow.
Flash is a great ally to have in an infection AU. He's
Yes, but at the same time, from the Sonic Infection series, Kid Flash should also be the scariest person to see get infected because that could spread the infection really easily.
basically like Sonic the Hedgehog, but in human form. And honestly, I think this character is so fast that even if he did manage to get infected, he could probably move at such a high speed that the parasite would like die in his body. This dude can move at the speed of light and phase through things. So I really don't see any way of him getting infected unless like the plot just demands it somehow. Next, we see the boys walk through the woods for a bit until they come across an abandoned house, and they decide to take a break there because while Kid Flash can run all day and night, Robin definitely needs to sleep. And I'll also mention that it seems like a lot of people thought that Robin and Kid Flash had a little thing for each other in this scene because of like the side eye here and the little smiles. But the creator has confirmed that they do not like each other in that way. But I will say, I find it funny that the internet will find any reason to ship some characters. I'm sure y'all remember like
Internet can be fucking stupid at times.
Shrek and Shadow or Mordecai and Twilight.
Shrek and what the fuck, internet? Get off the fucking drugs.
If creators don't nip some of this stuff in the bud, people will take it and run with it. So I get it. Now, after Robin goes to sleep, we see that Kid Flash goes out to scout the perimeter, and it looks like he was gone for the whole night. And when he finally does return, he has this hood over his head. And if you're like me, I thought that he was straight up infected at this point. But it looks like he just found it while he was out looking around. But more importantly, the hood isn't the only thing that he found. When he takes Robin outside, he sees Cyborg standing in the clearing, and while he is a little beat up, he is clearly clean of the parasite and is in pretty good shape, all things considered. We also see that Kid Flash found Bumblebee as well while he was out
Hell
searching,
yeah.
bringing their team up to 4 people now. And honestly, they
They definitely probably need the help.
are a fairly strong team, all things considered. The only thing that worries me at this point is the fact that Kid Flash now has a bandage on his arm, which he didn't have before he went out scouting, which may imply that he was infected or at least attacked while he was out. So this may be something to pay attention to moving forward in the series. In the next chapter, we see that Kid Flash has taken charge of the team and
Now he has bandages on both arms.
has decided that the group should barricade this house and hold up here for a while. He decides to split the task that they have in two, with him and Bumblebee actually going out to gather food and supplies, while Robin and Cyborg are going to work on securing the house, basically boarding it up. But two things caught my attention while looking at this episode. One is that Kid Flash has started to look a little bit sick. He even has this purple hue around his nose and another bandage on his arm here. Another thing that stood out for me is that Cyborg has been way too quiet up to this point. He hasn't even given his iconic, which Robin also notices and calls out as well. But Cyborg just says that he has a lot on his mind. Now, I'm thinking that Cyborg may actually be infected, but he's trying to hide it from the group, because I feel like in every infection AU or zombie story, there's somebody that gets infected and they try to hide it. As of right now, it's hard to say for sure, and this episode ends.
Well, it's probably a lot of stress too. It's not a booyah situation right now for him. But if he is infected, that also could just alter his personality.
With him and Robin just going.
He also seems to be maybe low on power because he's not, like his blue parts aren't as shiny or bright.
To go get the planks to secure the house. So we're left on a bit of a cliffhanger. Now, not to be morbid, but I think moving forward, what we're going to see is Cyborg and Kid Flash are both infected, and they will likely show signs of this once the house is barricaded, meaning that Bumblebee and Robin are going to be trapped in this house with two infected people. And while I think that Robin will escape because of plot armor, you know, he is the main character, so I think he will probably be in this AU until the end, I don't think that Bumblebee is going to be as lucky. After that, I think he's likely going to meet up with Raven and Beast Boy, and I'm hoping that they're going to be forced to like join forces with a villain. Somebody like Deathstroke would be cool. I also think at some point Robin is going to...
This would be an interesting scenario where Robin would have to team up with Slade. That would be interesting.
Realize that he may be responsible for creating this parasite, go back to his lab and come up with a cure.
Ooh, also Red X. Yeah, well, another one.
And then the team will just have to figure out how they're going to get that spread out to the population. All in all, I thought this AU was pretty good, but I would like to see more of the infected people moving forward. And I know that the creator of this was feeling like a little self-conscious because a lot of people were saying that it's a lot like the My Little Pony infection AU. I would just say that most of the infection AUs take inspiration from that. So I'm hoping that that doesn't discourage him moving forward, because I would like to see how this ends. And so many people scare these creators off the internet because they're, you know, being negative. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video on the screen here, and make sure to go follow Robin over on TikTok and on his new YouTube channel. As
People are dicks.
always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow with another video.
All right, well, there we go. The ones have been asking me to check out the Teen Titans Go Infection AU. There you guys go. Does seem like a very interesting story. I think I do agree with him with future of episodes leading towards if Cyborg and Kid Flash is infected, it's going to be a dangerous combo. B's definitely in trouble. I can agree with that. Robin being the main character, so he's probably gonna have to get away, and he should have the skills to avoid, even with them having certain abilities and stuff like that. It sucks if Cyborg does show signs that he was infected and whatnot, but maybe there's a chance that he could counter it with the fact that his body is majority robot. So maybe don't know yet. But if there's more to this in the future, I'll definitely have to check out the future videos when they are released. And, of course, when that happens, you guys can let me know when they are out and available to watch. And if there's anything else from this channel you guys wish for me to react to in the future, let me know down below. You guys know me. I love checking out these videos. I love diving into these different worlds and stuff. And I do know there's still lots of videos on this channel that I need to check out. Some videos that have been requested that I have no idea anything about the characters, but people have been asking me to check them out. So keep showing the support, watch videos all the way to the end, and show love and support, and I will bring those videos to light. So see you guys in the next one. Until then, later.
take us on an